In this video, I want to talk about keeping a check register, which is basically an activity log of the money in and out of your bank account. Now, most online banking systems have an online portal, but it's always recommended that you should kind of keep something, whether it's on your phone or on paper, to keep track of your money also. The bank only keeps records of things of when it occurs at their timeline. So maybe you write a check for somebody saying, I want tickets to the school dance, but they don't deposit it for 2 weeks later. You want to have record that the money was spent when you spent it, not when it gets pulled out of your bank account. So let's talk about how we're going to keep this log. For this activity or for this log, I'm going to be using our checks and deposit slips paper, and we're going to track these 4 transactions that occurred. I'm going to start my transaction off, though, with an initial deposit. So I have $200 currently in my bank account. All right, and I should have dated this. My apologies, instead of scribbling. This is not a check, so I do not put the check number there. I put the date. This was a deposit. It is a credit, which is positive money of $200. So I'm plus 200, so I have $200 in my account. All right, so let's go ahead and let's spend some money. So I'm going to go to this first check for our prom tickets that we had. And I spent $55. Now, we did not give this a check number, so I'm just going to title it 001 because, well, why not? So to put this in my check register, I used check 001, and I only put a check there when it is a check number. The date of this check was 5/11/21. The transaction, that would be who you were writing it to. All right, so this would have my name written there because that is who the transaction to. Usually underneath that, sometimes it could put the memo line if you choose. My debit is a negative. I spent money with this check. So I spent $55, so he will be written as a debt. I'm going to then write this $55 again as a negative 55 underneath my 200. And now it is a running total. 200 minus 55. Well, how much money do I now have in my account? I have $145 left in my bank account after spending it on the prom tickets. So this activity log is a running total as it changes. Okay. Let's go ahead now to our deposit slip. So at that graduation party, we made and we put in there $525. So let's go ahead and put that on our activity log. All right, so we have our date. This happened on 5/12/21. This is not a check, so we do not have to put the check number. I'm going to write the word deposit because it was money going in. It is money going in, so we are again a plus. And that plus, again, was the total amount deposited, so $525. That was plus money, so we're adding $525 to the amount in our bank already. So that leaves me with, 10, carry the 1. I now have $670 in my bank account. So the activity log is to be able to go back and forth with money that you're spending and money you're putting in. Now, if I was using my debit card, so let's say for this lunch transaction, I used my debit card. All right, and let's just pretend the lunch transaction was on the 13th. Nothing goes in the check, and let's say I went to lunch at Applebee's. Usually the company name is going to be in that transaction. I then spent $23.36 because, well, why not? So this would have a minus $23.36, and we would then total it to see how much money is in the account. So the activity log's purpose is to log in my positives and negatives and keep track of how much money is in my account.